And about the books, I want to know about Needles. Did Needles have a dragon blood, or she's a mirror of how Valyrian's ancient chef's elders tamed the first dragons?
I believe that she probably has a drop of dragon blood. She has the right drop to be able to tame a dragon. I could be wrong. I almost got the camera.
Should I take care of him for a moment?
I think he
Okay.
might. Yes,
Yes.
you do that because I think he may have to go out for a second. Hello, he's now on the attack. So I believe that Nettles is a dragon seed, but he does have. I mean, as we're told they the Targaryen men on Dragonstone spread their seed around among women, and then their descendants and their descendants, and to me, I believe there's a genetic kind of almost genetic component
Yes.
where you can tame a dragon or not. And I don't believe that the first Valyrians actually tamed dragons by like men, like humans, tame wolves
Yes.
into turn into dogs. I don't believe they domesticated them. As Septon Barth says in The World of Fire, as he speculates that dragons are actually created by magic, that the Valyrians or maybe someone else before the Valyrians used blood magics and other magics to kind of create
A connection.
not just a connection, but to create the whole species of dragons. That they created dragons out of wyverns and fireworms, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of human DNA, and that they also put a little bit of dragon DNA in themselves, and that kind of links them together so they can control them. So that's my theory. I don't know that it's true, but I can't swear that Nettles has no dragon blood. It's possible, but there's no one that we know for sure who doesn't have dragon blood who managed to tame a dragon. So to me, the propensity leans towards the idea that you have to be a Targaryen. Like, why else would the Targaryens, the Valyrians, practice such an intense incest? To me, maintaining the blood purity is all about controlling the magic for and George even says it. George even said it before the season started in a video for HBO. You didn't have to say the spells quite right. Who you were mattered as much as what you were doing for magic. Like, your blood actually seemed to matter for blood magic and for taming dragons.
In this talk yet about Adam and Aelin, do you think they are bastards from Lanners or Corlys?
It'll be interesting to see what they do in House of a Dragon with them.
Because Lanners is alive.
Yes, there's also that change. Which we're not big fans of that one. I feel it raises so many logical questions.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense to me. But I understand why we did it. And we really thought they had us going. I mean, we really thought, he's really because Rhaenyra is never implicated in Fire and Blood. It's just Daemon, possibly, but not Rhaenyra. And then, wow, that's gonna really polarize me. That's very bold. And then okay. But anyways, but more importantly, it's one thing to read about how suddenly Corlys comes forward with these kids who he says are Laena's sons and are actually probably his, but he kept them hidden away because, him having an affair behind Rhaenys's back was, he could only do it after she was dead. But having actually seen the characters on the show, I wonder if they're going to be able to actually go through with it and actually have him having cheated on Rhaenys. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do about it. But in the book, I'm 100% convinced that they are Corlys's.
Yes, I think that's true. I worry about it, this decision about Lanners in the series too. I think okay, because as we're talking about the dragons connections and stuff, the series is showing a connection that, in my opinion, is very strong than I understand from the books. In the books, I seen that a little softer, this connection. But in the series, when Rhaenyra is birthing and Syrax, I saw, this is a big connection.
Yeah, I mean, we realized they were doing this in the third episode at the opening with Caraxes in the battle when Daemon gets hit by an arrow. Caraxes reacts in pain. And the other one was or this past episode where he's talking to the Kingsguard Knight and like on cue, like almost like telepathically, he's gotten Caraxes to come forward without a command, without a spoken word. So yes, they do make it quite strong. yeah, Sea Smoke situation. I don't know how that will be sorted out. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a couple options we've been speculating. Like one is they could decide that in the years since Laner has died fighting, and they know this, so fine. Another possibility is that I've seen some people speculate that he'll show up, he'll return, and
yes,
claim Sea Smoke, and I could see it, but. Yeah, that part of the story is a mystery to me. That part of the story is a mystery to me.
yeah. It's about theories. That is
Yeah.
one. The last question is about this. Do you enjoy the theories that fans create from the shows?
For the shows, certainly not if they try to apply them to the books. The books and the shows are separate
Yes,
canons. Yes, there are things in the show, especially Game of Thrones, that are based on things that George told them. This is absolutely true. But the context may be very different. I mean, for me, this show, the context of a conflict that they're showing here is very different from the context of Fire and Blood. I mean, we just released a video today where we talked about this together because I was away in Spain um, for the finale. So Linda did a video on her own, and then now when I'm back, we did another video to talk about further. And I realized more and more that House of a Dragon is not it's not a faithful rendition of Fire and Blood in the traditional sense, because what it is like an alternate history. Because the big change they made was to make Rhaenyra and Alicent the same age, to make them
yes.
childhood friends,
9 years
to make them
difference,
so
right?
close. Yeah, to make them so close together in age, but this has had a huge impact on the story of how they relate, of how this dance unfolds, because both of them are trying to kind of find ways to make peace. They don't really want to fight. They love each other. That's a huge change to the conflict, and it's not like a oh well, chroniclers didn't know, but in fact, Alicent was actually the same age as Rhaenyra. I mean, they can't, they made a big change. So for me, that aspect of things is like I don't really need theories about based on for the books based on what the show does, because George is involved in a consulting sense, and he has a great connection with Ryan. I'm sure Ryan has taken on board some of his ideas, but he's still trying to make. And again, I said this in the video. I think I concluded what the writers are trying to do is what they think is the most interesting possible version of a dance, the most dramatically interesting for an audience.
Yes.
It is not the most historically accurate version of a dance, but it's the most dramatically interesting. And that means they're going to make certain choices that they would not have made had they been doing it as if they had been trying to be as like super faithful. It's very faithful, but like this first season is not as faithful to Fire and Blood as the first season of Game of Thrones was to a Game of Thrones.
Yes, I was talking to a friends these days, and I said something like that I think that the first season of Game of Thrones is like 80% of the essential of the books. You have some changes, but it's very close. And the first season of House of the Dragon, I think is the same. It's very close of the essential of the books. So, Elio, I wanted to thank you very, very much for your time, and Linda's.
Yes.
Guys, I never hoped that I was able to talk to you. I hope that we can talk again, and I feel
Sure
free,
thing,
please. Oh.
We're just about finishing, but then you can.
All right, well then I can slip back in and.
Hey, Linda.
Thank you.
I was thanking Elio. I think Linda it's off of the screen. Yeah. I was thanking Elio and you for your time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your work. Now you're not only fans, but you're a reference for the fans. So I'm one of these fans. Thank you very much for your work, and I only hope that you make another books that I will appreciate, and other Brazilian phrase will appreciate. Feel free to talk to me again. It will be a pleasure to talk to you ever since you can.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
no, we enjoy it. We enjoy talking to other fans. I mean, even if we are to say we have done things that other fans haven't now, we're still fans as well, and love talking about a common interest like this.
Yes, and I want to left to you to say something to Brazilian fans that loves you as I love. So feel free to talk.
No, I have seen, through Twitter and so on, how many fans there are and how intense their love for George's work is and the worlds that HBO has provided them. And we love that enthusiasm. It feels to us just like it was in the early days when there was just like, it felt like there were like just a few hundred people who knew about these books and loved them as much as we did. So it's I think keep being fans, keep loving the show, keep being good to one another and keep and I will say about the show, I mean, I know a lot of controversy has come out recently about comments from Ryan Condal and comments from Sarah Hess and so on, and like, you have to understand, this is a big job. It's a very difficult job. I think, knowing Ryan, as I've spoken to him, I've been outside of interviews as well, he really, really, really loves these books. He really, really loves this world. He owes a lot to George. He admires George hugely. So you have to think about, whenever he does something that's different, it's a challenge for him. Like, he says, but George did it this way. I think he struggles with it, but he does it because he still thinks in the end, George is not his only master. His fandom is not his only master. HBO is also his master. He has to do something that works for an audience. So I would love it if people would just turn down the sort of the anger at some random remark someone says in an interview or something that Ryan Condal says. It's like, think about how much work they're putting into it to try and bring the show to life.
Yes.
Sometimes mistakes will happen, but I really do think they have in a lot of ways, they've earned the right to at least give them a chance. Give them, not just decide after one season, they don't know what they're doing. I think they've done very well. I think we've both done,
Yes.
even if we don't agree with everything they've done, but I think the internet makes it very easy to be angry at people.
Yes.
And I think it's better to try and think, golden rule, just try and treat others as you'd want to be treated.
Yes.
No, I think that I said it is easy that things get sort of inflated when you get caught up in discussions on the internet and like, everyone else thinks like I do about this thing. So, of course, they're wrong to do it like that on the show or something. But and yes, to some extent, maybe we or more I got caught up in that with the later seasons of Game of Thrones. But there, I feel at least we had given them a number of seasons, and the differences started happening after they passed George material and started. It seemed more like they felt like they knew better than George, and so far I don't think that that's the sense that one gets from Ryan Condal. So I'm very much looking forward to the next season, and cautiously looking forward to what else they might do in Westeros. But the president of HBO just recently said again, so we're not going ahead with anything until we have a story that George is happy with. So they are bringing him in, and I mean, George knows what a good story is, and hopefully we'll have the Winds of Winter in I don't know, whatever time it'll take him to do the last 25%, and we're looking forward to that every bit as much, and it's great to see the enthusiasm that there is around the world. We've seen it. We've been to Spain a few times and seen the enthusiasm there, and I expect that if we ever were to manage to get to Brazil, we would see that the fandom there, it has to be something about the warmer climates. People just get so passionate about their fandoms.
Yes. Guys, I hope that very soon I have my edition from The Rise of the Dragon, and I hope that someday I have your signature on it. And if you need some apprentice here in Brazil, I'm here. Thank you very, very, very much.
It's been our pleasure. It's been a wonderful chat, Carlos. Thank you to all the fans who sent in questions for us. We look forward to, let us know when it's released, and we'll let everybody know about it.
A lot of kiss on Lancelot and Winter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.